take more.
Okay.
Don't let pass. Don't let pass. Go on, mate. In we go. This is the important one.
Yep. And what's this one?
Penicillin.
This is just penicillin.
Yeah.
An everyday penicillin.
Yeah.
Not a long acting.
No, it's not long acting. You got to do it every day.
He's a hell of a thing, isn't he? Christ.
It's lovely. It's a good effort.
Oh, heifer. She's heifer.
That's why I couldn't put her with a ball yourself.
No,
Couldn't leave her
okay.
running with a ball if I was otherwise. But actually, oh, well, steady down. If she didn't have this Metacam, it's pain relief, but it's not essential.
No.
Not essential. The main thing is that.
The antibiotic.
Right, that's better. You know,
It's less swollen now, 100%.
Yeah.
And she's carrying it, isn't she?
Yeah. Put a little tiny, not much weight.
She wasn't putting any weight before, though, was she?
Double the size, not double the size of that, mate, but it was bigger than that.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm sure.
Linda's off on another hay delivery. It rained again last night. I don't know how much we had quite a lot, enough to really annoy you. We've got another big lot coming Monday. It is currently Thursday. We are trying to figure out if we can go silage in or something like that. We're trying to figure out what we can do to sort of get ahead of the game a little bit.
So we're going to put an icon down. Put the pack left then on.
Ah, not me. Do you want me to put any more on?
Well, not 5 o'clock to make something around.
The 8S was set to come back yesterday, but AGCO actually want to check that vehicle over before it comes back to us, which I think is a very good idea. Not that I don't have any faith in the guys that have vended it, but at least if they've checked it over, it should be up to their standards, and yes, it should all be. Anyway, it should come back. They found a problem with the brakes on it, and we'll talk about it when it comes back. Careful! I don't know where Farmer is. He wanted to come and do a quick stock check of what we've done round bales. It's when you're making round bale hay and silage, although the you know, you've got different operators on the machine, so it soon gets mixed up pretty quick. So I'm just going to count through what we got round bale wise. And we're trying to figure out whether, you know, we can get a bit of silage done. We haven't quite got enough silage. You know, it's cheaper to make cow hay than it is silage. Keithy's going off on the flail. He's just got that greased up, ready to go. We've got some garlic buckets. We're going to go and take those around the cows. I'll show you those later on. We were going to go combining yesterday. It was just nearly there. And then it, you know, big chunk of rain again. We got a couple of days of dry again, and then another big lot of rain coming. So whether we get any combining in at the weekend there, I don't know. We just see how it goes. Yeah, pretty annoying at the moment.
Well, it's blowing for 3 or 4 days now. That first day we started blowing, she was coming out quite warm. I've only just started it, so we'll give it a minute. Nice and cool at the moment. Beautiful smell as well, proper smell. Just trying to determine whether we need to run it anymore. If we hadn't have run the fan on it, it would have gone bad for sure. Should be fine. Might just let her run for a couple of hours. If we hadn't run the fan, that would have been yeah, a load of mouldy bales. The round bales on there, they came in high moisture, so they've been sat there waiting. Can't stack them because they'll start heating. Some of our drier ones are actually, farmers just been up there, some of them are heating up, so not to the point where they're going to set on fire, but enough to annoy you. So it's always the top ones that get, you know, all the heat rises, so the top ones end up being the worst. But we'll just let that run. Because the thing's in the shed, if the fan's outside and it's raining, you end up sucking the moisture in and putting it into the stack. Me and the old man are going to go and take some garlic buckets out to the cows now. And then we've got the grain store to start cleaning out. We've got the panels put in the other shed. We're getting to the point where we're just going to go and get the dryer back. As soon as it becomes dry enough, we will just run it through the dryer and start drying it, because yeah, if you wait forever, you'll never do anything. Oh. Christ almighty. Wow, that's got some whiff to it. We're just down with the cows. Me and the old man have gone on the round with him. Got these garlic buckets for the flies. Look at that, look, straight in it. Basically, they lick it, then they start sweating, and the garlic comes out of their skin, and it takes care of the flies, which aggle them to death at the back end of summer. So we've got 6 pots we're going to go and take around to all the different herds. You can see the flies on them, look. We'll come back another day. They ain't actually too bad. It's when the sun comes out is the worst. Isn't it, mister? When it's warm, it's worst.
Yeah.
But they seem to work, don't they, these buckets?
I doubt if I shall try to count them.
What do you normally do?
I usually tickle by them on the bike. They don't take any notice of that, you see.
No.
There's something different, so they all come to see it.
You want me? Oh, right. Want me to drive round them a bit?
No, they all come across all right. Where'd that go?
Heading over there, are we? We're off with the old man. We're checking cattle, checking waters, checking grass, checking everything. The old man does this usually on his own, but we've got some garlic buckets put out. Not too bad when the weather's like this, cloudy and cool. The flies aren't too bad. Once that starts warming up and the sun comes out, they this end of the year they start getting aggled to death. Especially the ones down the moor there, down up moor. They get aggled to pieces with it. He ain't given me much gate to get through. Anyway, I've got a gate man. I said, do you want me to get a gates? No. But yeah, these buckets, we usually get the Dallas Keith ones, but for some reason Linda couldn't get hold of them, or I'm not too sure what she said. She said she couldn't get hold of them, or they couldn't get them to but so she tried to stow ag, they had some, and yeah, they whiff a bit. You don't want to open them in your car, you don't want to carry them in your car either. They stink, absolutely stink. But cattle will lick them, they lick them, and the only bad point to the whole thing is you can't guarantee every cow or calf getting to the bucket. So 1 bucket per group usually does a trick. Yeah, it just helps with the flies, you know, it all helps. So they got fly tags in their ears as well, so that helps as well. So we're just going to go around the main groups, and hopefully they'll be all right. While we're out and about and the weather's rubbish, we're just going to check some of the grasses that we're coming on to next, just to see what sort of, you can tell this is going to be, this one we haven't got anything to worry about. Yeah, it looks brown on top, all these bromey bits, they look a bit brown, but that's lovely and green underneath. That'll be some of your best still, that. It's not at its very best. We couldn't get in here until July, so we're always stuck waiting on these ones. They're in schemes, but that doesn't matter. You know, last year, if this was last year, it would already been mopped up and done and dusted. But that's some good stuff. Nice and thick in the bottom, nice and green. That'll be some of your best still to come, yeah. Don't need to worry about this one. We're trying to look for somewhere, you know, if we've got some real old grass that's going off, we're going to spend next week, because next week doesn't look that very good at all either. So we were, instead of sitting around doing nothing, we still need another 500 silage. So we could, we're just going, and it gets another chunk of grass out the way. So ideally we want it as hay, but this is going to be kept until the weather does come right. The meadow grasses usually are all right until, you know, the stuff we got, the natural, the old lays, you know, the permanent lays are usually pretty good. The grass down the back of the farm there, that's coming on again, and we'll soon be out there within a couple of weeks cutting that for third cut. Just gonna pull out. No chance. She's in there good. One plunket on the water. Yeah. kind of wish I put my wellies on. I half thought about putting wellies on.
No, don't worry, don't need to get it.
Ugh. Yeah, snuck up on them, you see.
They're on the way though.
I told you. Oh yep, they're on the move now.
Gets a bit crowded round here when you get about 66.
How many? 66.
Yeah.
You smell that?
Yeah.
You want to taste it?
Stick it with.
Must be out a bit, doesn't it? They'll find it. There they are. 66 there. I don't know if he wants to try and count them or not. The old man has a routine of doing things, so this is a bit unusual to what he usually does. He'll count them as they're walking across. They found the potlet. Oh.
Can't hear them shooting.
No. Oh, I've got it on my hands now. A bit of rainwater got in that one, look. Like soup.
There was 11 cars.
Come to say hello, now. You got them all?
We got 10. Keep going again. 1, 2.
Let's go around this way. Well, I got 11.
Bang then, Curtisfield, yeah, see?
Yeah, 11 there.
There's Colin and Curtisfield back here, yeah?
Oh yeah. Cole's got one down here as well, has he?
I've got 2 in there, I've only got quite a
Out the other end then. We're down Otmore and they've got a shooting range down here and they're practicing their shooting at the moment. So all the red flags are up and it means we can't get to the cows at the moment. So you've got to wait until they've took the flags down, which is usually around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So the old man will have to he'll have to come back to these. He'll bring a bucket with him later on and give him a bucket later on. But yeah, can't do these right now. We'll go and do the other group, and then I think that's all we can do for now. I reckon he should have been driving, eh? Getting all the gates. Oh dear. This is another one we're going to hay make. This Otmore grass, this will always lie green in the bottom. It's you know, permanent pasture, this stuff, so we're not too worried about this grass. We found a couple of the others that are, you know, starting to go yellow, and yeah, we might silage them up next week. We'll see what farmer says. You hold her steady like that. I'll come and grab it. Just hold her steady. Got her?
Yeah.
I'm going over the top. Don't drop it because it's heavy on your toes. We're both going to get arrested now, aren't we?
Yep.
I'm throwing you under the bus. I want to say it was all your fault.
Where's the caves then?
Ah, up the other corner.
All along here.
Yeah, up the corner there.
They all look happy enough, don't they?
Yeah, they lay quiet. I thought they were up the other field. All right. You never had none of your cows shot then? They're pretty serious with it, aren't they?
I think it goes up through the middle of the pole, you see.
Yeah.
Because he has to have a spanner, an Allen key to get into the hole here, look.
Yeah.
And that's where the string is.
Ah. And then at 4 o'clock he comes and takes them all down, does he?
Yeah. There should be a nut and bolt on the bottom, so you can undo it and it folds down.
Oh yeah.
And you can reach up there, see.
Yeah. And what would happen if you were to get caught in there?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Have a snotty letter.
Oh.
Snotty letter from the ministry. I don't think I'll bother to come back to see him tonight.
No, they all look pretty lay quiet, don't they?
Yeah. We can get in to see him if he wanted.
Yeah, this is that field the farmer drilled with grass seed the other day. It's actually still quite tender on here. Last night we had, I think the old man said 15 mil of rain. So this has been drilled. We got this done. We've been working on this one a little while. Got it into a nice fine seedbed. It's had some nice showers on it, just using the weather to our advantage really. Farmer said it drilled absolutely perfect. We rolled it afterwards and there's been yeah, there's been about 30 mil on it now, so we should start seeing some signs of life, I would have thought. We're still too early yet. I can see 1 or 2 shoots just coming through, but we are a little bit early still. Farmer said this is a real tough grass to get established, so if it doesn't grow this year, it'll never grow. But you know, the seed bed's plenty fine enough. We've got the seed bed pretty much perfect. I've got some thing there. I'm gonna get, I can't get it right now. I'm gonna pick that up another day. I'll have moon boots by the time I get out there and come back. We'll come back when we when it's ever so fine, the grass seed that comes from this. So it's a job to get your eye in. It's only been 4 days. So we'll come back in a week's time and have another look at it. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it should get itself established. I can see 1 or 2 fine shoots here and there, but it should do all right. It should be fine. Anyway, we're going to get this last garlic bucket out to the cows up here, and then we're going to do some grain store prep. I think farmer's going to wash a trailer down. Plenty of moisture on that field. Look at that there. That's perfect there. Look at that. Got sheep in the top field there. You can see them up on the hill there. This is barley. This field ain't going to do very well. One of the wet ones. There's some in there, but there's a lot of green in there. Farmer's been up here and sprayed it off. We can, you know, this is going to be, it ain't going to be that long before we're combining here. Ain't going to be long before we're combining anywhere. It's all going to come together at the same time. That one wasn't very special. We were, in the video, we were drilling it and it didn't drill very special, and then it came extremely wet afterwards. So there we go. If it had dried up, it might have been all right, but the wet weather afterwards absolutely nailed it. Calves can go in, but cows can't. They can't fit. Pretty dense them things. They look a little bit different compared to our last ones. What we got here? Calcium, phosphorus, magnesium, sodium,
selenium, it's got garlic powder, garlic oil, vitamins, oh god, yeah, and compound trace elements. 1 tub for 25 head of cattle. As long as they're off it 21 days before slaughter, you've got nothing to worry about. I'm not 100% sure on what the milking guys can do with the milk tainting. You have to do your own research on that, but it does work. We've done it for a few years now. We'll go and have a look at the cows at the minute, but at the moment you won't see any. The flies are quite minimal when it's cloudy and cool, but as soon as the sun comes out, it's yes, this is just the time of year that there's lots of flies. That noise in the background there, that's the shooting range we were talking about earlier. We're literally about, I don't know, half a mile's worth as the crow flies from where we were with the other cows. The shooting range is just here. They section off all the walking areas over that way. See this young calf, he's got a load of flies around him, he's got a load of flies around him. See if we can get close to him. I don't know if we'll be able to pick it up. This camera's not the best for picking up fine details close up, but you have a look at the white one's snout. It looks like he's got a black snout, and that is flies. You can always tell the ones that go to the bucket and the ones that don't, because yeah, the ones that have been there are completely clear, and the ones that haven't have got a bunch of flies around them. Those two, they're a nice bunch up here. This is the one where the one back home's got bad foot. This is where they'll come back, and they will come back. We'll give them literally another few days of treatment, and then we'll put them in the box. They'll come back up here, hopefully for the rest of the summer, and you won't have to look at her again. This grass up here always does them well. Good grass up here. We don't get a chance really through the summer to see the cows. This is the old man's job usually, so this is the last bunch we're going to look at today. So, and he has to go and check the bulls as well, make sure all the bulls are in the right paddocks, make sure they ain't got out. Right, that's it, that's our job. Just cast your eye on everyone, make sure they're all okay. That's a nice calf, isn't it? That's a nice calf. Smothered in flies, look. Alright, go. Steady. That's a hell of a calf, isn't it? Christ. One of the older ones. Their ear tags sort of go in age number, so he's a young one. 97, they're young ones. But this one here, like 20, 120. I don't know. I'm not going to linger around because the flies are starting now, and these lot will thing. The cows, they do get used to you. They get used to who you are, and if you were a stranger here now, they would be swarming around you, and they act a bit funny around strangers, but you know, our cattle know us. So right, that's it, we're all done with garlic buckets. The old man will keep his eye on them, and if we need any more, we'll take some more out. These guys are happy as Larry. They should be, shouldn't they? Look at this, all this land they got to go out. Quite happy, plenty of grass. Grass is growing as well, so stay ahead of them. These tracks, the cattle make these tracks, and they're tracks of least resistance, so they're the easiest part for the cows to walk to get their water and their food and whatever. But yeah, that's not made by us or by vehicles. That's the cows' track. They and in every cow field they have their own tracks that lead to the water, and yeah, it's quite funny. They always walk the same track every time. If they're coming up this way, they'll walk up that track. It's just a way of making it easy for themselves. Dave's been round with a topper, and Keithy's been round with a flail down in the ditch here.
grass is growing back fast though. That flail does a nice job. You can always just get to the places where you can't get with the topper. Takes a pass off the hedge trimmer as well, so pretty nice tool that. These are some of the better barley fields. The best ones at the top there. Sheep out on the runway. Oh no, where have they got out of? Got to do something with them now. Oh, they're coming. See if they know their way back. What are you lot doing? Come on. See if they take us back to where they know. Ha ha ha! Have they come out of here? Most probably. Little monkeys, aren't they? I can't open that gate. Oh no! They've got another spot there, I can see. Obviously a place they were getting out of before. I can see where they come out of. That gate opened inwards, that would help. Go on, have a little look. No. What have they found there? No, that's not it. Oh yes, it is it. Look at them, they ain't stupid, are they? No! No! You dummy! These two are going to be a right pain now. Come back. Oh my god. man, you get covered every time. Just got a couple more jobs to do on it. Got to do the tyre, got to make sure the tyres pressures are pumped up, and I've just got to make sure, put some door sealant on the back just to make sure there's no grain seeping out the back. The hay in there was coming out nice and cool, so we don't need to worry about that. I'm going to turn that off in a minute. We've left it running for a few hours just in case, but it is fine. It can be turned off now. I'm gonna park this up, and Farmer's going to repair a roof panel. Got one of the roof panels leaking in one of the sheds, so we're going to go and replace the panel in there. Farmer does that, he goes on top, he's mad. We just well, I say we, I was in the box safe underneath, but the Farmer has just put these panels are, Jesus, they're heavy. I don't know, I think they're 10-foot sheets. We just we had one leaking, and there's some old skylights in there, and as we were slipping this new one under there, Farmer goes on top. Oh my god, he yeah, I don't know how he does it, but he just gets up there and does it. He knows where to stand, whereas I'm pretty sure I would stand in the middle and be through, but he knows what he's doing up there, so he goes up there. I was up in the box. These little hook bolts, they go underneath, they secure the sheet down from the top. So there's a bolt that goes on top, these hook sheets go on the purlins underneath. The purlins are the bit that join from the concrete beams there. Put one sheet in, and as we're sliding it in, we broke the skylight and the sheet next to it, so they come out, and we just put a new sheet in there next to it. But yeah, we're sort of seeing, like, you know, where do you stop? None of the others are leaking, so we're gonna we've got plenty of sheets to repair if we need some. We've got one in the other shed there we've got to do, so we might do that in the morning. But anyway, it'll stop the leak, and yeah, just one thing after another. You fix this one, then the next one starts, then the next one starts. But it's done now. That'll stop it leaking anyway. Woo. Yeah, she's low on fuel. Right, that's been blowing cool all day, so what we do is this will stay here anyway, but in about 3 days we'll come and check it again. We run it up, run it for another few more hours. If anything is happening in there, it just takes the edge off it all. So, but it's running pretty cool, so, and it smells beautiful, so that's a good sign. If it doesn't smell right, it will smell winey, so like a yeah, we call it a winey smell, like it's just not right. You know it's not right. These round bales are staying on these trailers until we need the trailers, and then they will come off and get stacked. Yeah, they just needed to stand with a bit of air running through them, that's all. But they'll be fine. We're just on the runway doing the topping again. Grass is growing like mad. It's unbelievable. It's just looking at the field behind me there. That Timothy field, that still doesn't look right. It's you know, when we cut it, we said it looked a bit yellow and sick. I think Farmer's going to chuck something on it, whether it be P&K or some sludge or something. It's going to have a dose of something though. It doesn't look right. Year like this year, you're nearly up here twice a week doing it, but it's all right. It's not a hard job. It's an easy job. It's just yeah, just annoying having to do it so often on a year like this, but there we go. Keithy's out. He's got the flail mower on. He's going down, doing all the banks and getting rid of all the ragwort starting to, you know, appear everywhere now. So he's getting in the banks, getting rid of it. It does make a difference if you stay on top of it. Where we can get it, we're you know, we sort of take care of it. The old boy's got some more sheep out. they've got a secret way in and out. Poor old Jack's here every day putting them back in. We put the panels up this morning, we fixed some more roof panels that was leaking, so that was another good job done. Usually you wouldn't have time to do those sort of jobs. They would just be later on in the year jobs. Not the panels have got to be done. It's not a fascinating job, that one, so I didn't bring you along for the ride on that one. Real fiddly. They're not too bad. They got to go up, you know, but they're just a bit fiddly, that's all. But they're all up, they're ready to go. I think young Dave's coming in tomorrow for a bit of topping, so I thought I'd just I'd do this one for him. This one here is the best barley field by far up here. This one doesn't do too bad, but this one's always at the top of the hill, stays the driest, and the lightest of the dirt at this farm. Farmer's back at home, he's just blowing out the grain store, getting that ready. We might get the combine out and wash that off tomorrow. Oh, I don't know if I got enough footage for a video or not. I don't want them to be too long for you, but they seem to always be about half an hour. I can't get it all in one go. It seems to be pretty difficult, but just blowing the topper off. Shut that one up. That doesn't need to be blowing. Dave's coming in to go topping tomorrow, so I'm going to have this greased up ready to go for him in the morning. I'm just going to check tyres, blow tyres up, grease her up, grease the shafts. Yeah, it only takes a quarter of an hour and it's done. But yes, the tractor's all blown off, tractor's ready to go. Fuel the tractor up for Dave, he'll be alright. And then tomorrow we're going to blow this shed out. This one's going to be blown out. We're going to blow the other shed out if we get time. We're going to set tractors up on trailers, ready to go combining. It's meant to rain tonight, so we'll see. If it rains tonight, it will stop us, so we'll see. We'll end the video there and we'll start a new one tomorrow. And fingers crossed, you know, it's Saturday tomorrow. It is supposed to be, you know, dryish till Monday, so we might get a couple of days of combining in, a bit of straw to go in, so we might be doing something, which would be nice. Farmer's going to wash the combine off in the morning. I don't know what Keith is going at. He's been flailing for the last 2 or 3 days, getting rid of ragwort. And the old man's been sorting out the cows. We've got this young cow in that calf in the clamp there, and he seems to be improving as well. So a few more days and he might be able to go back out with his herd. So that'll be good as well. But yes, right. It is 6:30. I'm going to finish this off and go home.